everyone. I miss everybody so much already, and I'm looking forward to getting the studio back up and running. But in the meantime, I thought we could all do a mat class together. So this is something that is fundamentals, a little pre-Pilates, some stretching, a little mix. But I think everybody, even if they're brand new to Pilates, could do a lot of this. So let's go. We're going to start in all fours position. So you're going to your hands and your knees to start. And we're going to start with some big movements. So just start to round through your spine and then lengthen into an arched back. And we're going big right now, so just make it feel good and stretch through and go into your full range of motion. And we'll do one more. And then we're going to come back to our neutral spine, go through a few tail wags, so you're lengthening out through one side of your waist and then the other side of your waist. Lengthening. You can move your hips around a little more. Just let your body release a bit. And then bring it back to the center. So we'll start to set up a little bit more. You're going to imagine you're pressing your hands through the mat. Roll your shoulders down and back. Open up through your collarbone. Find a nice long neutral spine. And this time we're going to slow it down. So you're just going to move through your low back and start to round. Really hollow through your abdominals. And go back to your neutral spine position. So keep going with that. You're going to exhale, round through your low back. Come back to neutral. 2 more times. Round just that low back. See if you can get deeper into your low abs when you do this. Come back to your neutral. Last time. And back. Now we're going to extend through just your upper spine. So lengthening, opening up through your collarbone. Just hold that position for a moment. Imagine you're sliding your wrists towards your knees, and as you're gliding your shoulder blades down, you're pulling your heart through your arms. Bring it back to that neutral position again, and we'll do that again. So our abs are pulled in. We're not letting the low back sink too much. We're pulling the abs in, and we're opening up through the collarbone. One more time. Come back to your neutral, come back to rest position. So we're still breathing, we're pulling the abs in, we're stretching through the back. And we'll round up, so low back, mid back, upper back, lengthening through the top of your head. Coming to a seated position. So knees are bent, you're holding on behind your thighs. We'll roll the shoulders. Start to round through your low back like we just did in our second cat stretch. And start to roll down to the mat. Slide your feet with you, coming all the way down. And we'll bring our hands to our rib cage and take a few nice deep breaths in. So as you're breathing in, try to take a full breath. Expand your lungs, expand your rib cage. Nice, deep, fresh breath of air. And exhale completely. And each time you exhale, see if you can exhale a little bit further. So a nice deep breath in. And a long exhale out. And I feel like this is so important, always in Pilates, but even more now. We want to feel like we're really working our lung capacity, and each time we exhale, exhale all the toxins, everything we don't need right now. You're gonna keep thinking about that through the rest of class. Just deep breathing, breathe in. Long exhale out, let the lungs fully exhale. Ribs will melt in. You'll start to feel your core and your abs connecting. So reaching your arms long, start to rock your pelvis. And like we did in that second calf stretch, you're feeling just the low back stretch out and that deep low ab connection. Keep going. And as you're rocking your pelvis, you're letting the back of your head relax into the mat. You're seeing if you can go a little deeper into your abdominals. And adding on, we're going into a small pelvic curl, which means you're going to lift your bottom just a little bit off the mat and then roll back down, all the way down. Take a breath in. Exhale, deepen the abs, start to lift. Lift a little bit higher each time you do this so you can build. We're finding a spinal articulation, so you're pulling the abs in. You're starting to lift through the low back, through the mid back, and then a little bit through the upper back. Rolling down, reversing it back down. Keep going. As you keep going, you're working your full breath. You're breathing in. You're activating your abdominals. You're feeling the hamstrings as you lift. You're pressing the arms down through the mat. You're stretching out of the front of your hips. Breathe in and roll down. Feeling your abdominals, feeling the back, stretching and lengthening the whole way down. Last time. Roll through your spine, slowly returning it back down. Bring your legs together so your inner thighs are hugged together. You just slide your feet away from you a little bit. And we'll hold on to either the sides, or if you're on a mat, you're just gonna reach your arms out to the sides. So with your inner thighs pressed together, we'll start small with a spine twist. So you're gonna start to twist a little bit over to the right. Exhale, use your obliques, pull the legs back to the center. Twisting, you're spiraling around your spine. You're using your abdominals to pull the legs back. And you can build on this. So each time you can go a little bit further and pull back to the middle. Breathing in. So rotating, twisting, feeling that nice stretch out of the back, pulling back to the middle. Keep going. You have the option, if you've been doing Pilates a long time, you can always bring the legs up to tabletop and twist from there. I feel like this is a nice stretch here too. So we'll breathe in and twist. Exhale, pull center. Bend the knees in a little deeper. Bring your hands laced behind your head. And feel the length of your spine. You're trying to find just a natural spine position. Your arms are plugged in, a little energy through those elbows. Head is resting in your hands. Take a breath in and exhale, curl up for your chest lift. Take a breath in, stretch, lengthen your spine all the way down. Breathe in, exhale, curl up. Breathe in, stretch away from your pelvis and back. Keep going. working that full breath we talked about. And roll through your spine. So you're thinking about it like it's a wheel, and you're rolling through each part of it, and then reversing it back. Let's do 2 more. When you curl up, pause there, chest lift with rotation. Twist to the side, pull back to the middle. Twist to the other side, center. Keep going. As you're twisting, you're exhaling to twist. Inhale, pull middle. You're trying to keep your pelvis and your legs stable, so the twist is happening around your midsection. And something fun to try is to bring your hands together, fingertips right at your chin, and move your body like a unit together, so that your head isn't doing all the twisting, but you're twisting around the rib cage. Keep pressing the hands together. You'll feel a little energy under your armpits too. Come back to the middle and stretch back down. Reach your arms up to the sky. And reach your arms a little further back behind you, just to where you can keep your rib cage heavy on the mat. Float the arms back up. Exhale, allow the ribs to settle down as the arms reach back. You'll feel a little stretch out of the back sides of your waist. Arms come up. Exhale back. Adding on, and curl up, hundreds preps. So the arms come by your sides. You lift up through the arms, try to keep that chest lift, then go back down. Stretch the arms over just a little ways overhead. Arms come up, exhale, curl up. Reach the arms, rolling back. We'll do 2 more. And this time you get to hold and pump for hundreds. So with that, arms are pumping. You're holding your chest lift. You're trying to pump the arms a little bit quicker. You're really reaching long through the arms. You're feeling your abs. You're taking a nice deep breath in for 5 breaths and a long exhale out. If your neck bothers you, and you should know this if you take my class, always bring a hand behind your head so you have neck support. You can also bring a pillow or ball behind your head. You never want to work through any neck pain. So really important, never do that, and always listen to your body. If you've been doing this a long time, you can always bring the legs up to tabletop. You can extend the legs. You can lower the legs. You have a lot of different options. And I wonder if we've done 100. We probably have. So we'll reach the arms up and roll back. Bring your arms now, hands to your low abdominals. You can separate the legs a little bit and find a little triangle with your hands. Fingertips will be right on your pubic bone. And rock the pelvis just a little bit. Notice when the low back is all the way down on the mat, that's your imprint. When you start to stretch out, you're going to a neutral spine and then a little arc through the back. So let's just find the middle spot, that neutral spine, neutral pelvis. Hold it there. Take a nice deep breath in. We're trying to stabilize the pelvis. Just lift your heels. So just that right heel will lift and lower. Now the left heel. You can alternate. And as you're stabilizing, you're exhaling, you're lifting the heel. You can play around, build on it. So I always like to build. Start small and build. You can start to hover the foot floating the leg up. These are single leg lifts. Going all the way up to a tabletop if you can. If otherwise, you can always stay with just the heel lifting. You want to feel the stability in the spine and the pelvis, those abs working as you lift. Use your breath. Breathe in. Exhale, lift. Last one each side. Just bring the right leg up to tabletop. Extend your leg up and bend at your knee. So this is like a hamstring curl. And you're trying to reach out from that knee hinge. So you're drawing up through the quad, then you're working through the hamstring as you bend. So a couple more, lengthening out. When you lengthen the leg up to the sky, flex, reach through your heel, pause there, breathe. This can be a tight area. I know it is for me. My calves get tight, so this feels great. And then point. Flex, point, flex, point. So now adding on. Lower the leg down, try to stabilize, flex, lift that leg back up. So we're exhaling down, inhaling up. Exhale, reach out, inhale up. Keep going. Last one. Stay there, bend the knee just a little bit and stretch across your body. So if you can, bring your hand right into this hip crease, lengthen out of the side of your waist, then stretch over so you feel the hip is heavy. You're not lifting the hips, but you are stretching out through this whole outer line of your leg. Breathe into the hips, into all this region. Bring it back to the middle. Open the leg and just go a little bit out. So you're really reaching out of the inner thigh all the way through the ankle. Again, you're not tipping the pelvis, at least not too much to get there. You're stretching more outwardly versus down. Bring it back to the middle, bend your knee, bring the leg down. So we'll go to the other side. Take a breath in, exhale, lift through that left leg. Extend up to the sky and bend at the knee. So we're drawing up again through that quad, through the inner thigh, keeping the hips heavy. Bend at the knee. Exhale, reach. And when you extend your leg, stretch that calf, so flex. Reach through your heel. Point, reach through your toes. Relax through the back of your head. Notice if there's any places you're holding tension. Try to relax those areas. Adding on, so we're lowering this leg. Flexing and lifting. Try to reach out of the hips. Feel the work through the back of the leg. And you're allowing the leg to pivot at that hip joint. As you lower, you're staying stable. Inhale, reaching, lifting. And we will bring it up. Bend the knee a little bit. Cross just over that midline. Keep the hip heavy. Try to relax through your hips. Stretch out of that outer line of your leg. You can even reach through the pinky toe. open, inner thighs stretch. And don't go too far. Try to reach more out of that inner line of the leg. Trying to keep the hips balanced. Bring it back to the center, bend. Legs together, slide the legs a little bit further out away from you. And we're going to reach the arms up to the sky. This time palms will face in towards each other. Reach up a little higher to the ceiling so you feel the shoulder blades separating. You feel the back weighted. Breathe space into your back. Let the arms plug back in. Do it one more time. Reach up, stretch out of the back sides of the waist through the fingertips. Drop the chin, feel the back of the head heavy, and plug in. Take a breath in, curling up to your chest lift position. Deepen your abdominals. Feel a little bit of a tuck. Come the rest of the way up and stretch the legs so we're rolling up. We have tons of options to do this. But let's, for today, try to bend the knees, roll through the low back, coming down. Reach the arms a little bit back to where you can keep the back ribs heavy. Bring the arms up, start to curl up, hit that strong chest lift. Curl up the rest of the way, and as you do, extend the legs. So we're keeping the arms plugged back, but we're trying to lift out of the waist. Breathe in, start to bend, roll back. We're gonna keep going for a few more with these. Again, rolling through the spine, deepening the abs, coming up and over the abdominals when you come forward. Breathing in, rolling back. And this time, when you come up, hold there. Walk from your bottom towards the front of your mat. Set up for rolling like a ball, so your hands are going to your shins. You're pulling the legs in. You're finding a ball shape, so relax through your shoulders. Try to pull your abs away from your legs. You can always start with just a little rocking back and forth. If you think about your pelvis like a bowl of water, you're tipping it back behind you. That's where you want to move from. And if you'd like to go to a full roll, roll back. Balance for a second at the top. Keep going. So we're breathing in and out as we come up, in as we go back, out as we come up. Trying to feel the spine articulating, the abs strong, and a nice release through the back. So one of my favorite exercises for sure. And when you come back this time, try to go to a chest lift position, legs in tabletop, hold it there. Press your legs a little bit down so they feel like they're plugging in gently. You can feel the low back is wide. Double leg stretch, just legs. Reach your legs out, bend them back in. Press down a little bit, curl up a little higher. So it's an inhale to reach out, exhale, pull in. Inhale, reach out, exhale, in. You can add the arms, which will reach back behind you. Breathing in, breathing out. Relax your head back on the mat, and you can look from one side to the other. Let your neck relax. Hopefully you weren't holding any tension there. And we'll set up again in that curled up position. So curl up, gently press the legs down so they're plugged in. You can feel the low back wide. This is single leg stretch. So you're reaching left leg out, it's nice and strong. Plug in, switch the legs with an exhale. Breathe in as you're switching and exhale, reach a little further. Look right at your legs and feel the inner thighs like they're brushing past each other. Bring your hands behind your head. Keep going. We'll go into our crisscross twist. So as you're twisting, it's around the waist. You can always bring the hands back to that other position we found earlier, like prayer hands. So you're twisting around the waistline, stretching through the legs, feeling the obliques. Keeping the arms strong. And we'll do one more each side. Bring the knees in. Go into some knee stirs. You're opening the legs out and around, circling, but feeling a nice release into the hips. And reverse. Again, try to hit all points. Bring your knees in, push them forward and roll up. So we'll slide back a little bit. You can adjust. Open the legs. You can even straddle here or bend the knees a little bit deeper. Reaching your arms out, try to find where you're right on top of your sits bones for spine stretch forward. So with this, you're stretching your spine, you're lifting up and over each vertebrae, hollowing through the abs, and trying to feel the back like it's opening up and stretching behind you. Restack your spine from the bottom, middle, and top. Take a breath in, exhale, roll through your spine, lifting up and over the upper, the mid, and the low abs. Breathing in, exhale, restack all the way back up. Find a long spine, feel space between each vertebrae, then roll through, hollowing your abs, feeling the back, opening up, and restack back to the top. Close your legs, reach your arms out and stretch through them, opening up through the chest, feeling the shoulder blades gliding down. You're hugging the legs together, but they definitely could be bent here. You're right on your sits bones, and twist. So we're twisting around the waist, going to both directions, alternating, exhaling, and inhaling to bring it to the middle. Exhale, twist, inhale, center, adding that little pulse as you twist. Trying to keep lifting out of the waist so you're feeling the sits bones as balanced as possible and a wringing out just around your midsection. And bring it center. Bring your hands behind you. Fingertips will be facing you. And bend the knees. Try to press the floor away from you. Roll your shoulders down and feel your triceps nice and strong. Going into back support, take a breath in. As you exhale, lift your bottom and try to stay in a long line. So from your head to your tailbone stays in a straight line, and you're hinging at the hips and around your shoulders. Push the mat away as your bottom comes down. Exhale up, opening up through the collarbone, feeling that nice stretch through the front of your chest. Slowly bringing it down just to a little hover. And exhale, lifting back up. So with your back support, you're feeling the back side of your body. Hamstrings, back extensors, triceps. Last one. When you bring it down, lay on your side. Match up your legs so they're equally as long. And rest your head right on your bottom arm. So bring the top hand, first make sure you have space under your waist. Bring the top hand up to this hip crest and rock from your bottom hip down here, forward and back just a tiny bit. So the setup with this is really important. And try to find where you feel equally balanced, and you can feel it if your hand is here, front to back. Abs are connected, back muscles are working. Hold it there when you get there. You can bring your hand down, just for a little support. Hug your inner thighs and lift. Lower to a hover. This is your side lift. So you're stretching out of the waist. And that's what's lifting the legs. If you try to lift with your feet, you're gonna get really off balance. So make sure you're reaching out of your center to lift, and reach out of your center to stretch back down. So your obliques will definitely feel this. And we'll lower down, bend your bottom leg and bring it up in line with your hip, and you still have this space under your waist. You're going to internally rotate this top leg, so your knees facing down, toes are facing down. Keep the knee soft, wiggle your toes around, keep the foot soft, and lift from this upper outer thigh. So you're gonna feel your outer glute as you lift. Keep relaxing the toes and the knee. I'm big on tactiling, so tactile yourself. Bring your hand where you should feel this. Make sure you still have that lengthening through the waistline. And this time we'll lift to hip level, pivot your thigh forward, lift it up higher, lower it down, send it back. So we go forward, up, down, back. Forward. Now reach your sits bone out wide away from you as you lift, lower, and back. So you're feeling the spine and especially that low back still lengthened without tucking. And a lot of work through that upper thigh glute region. So when you bring it back down, turn, basic back extension. Lengthen the legs so you're bringing your arms right by your sides, reaching out of the hips. Glide your shoulder blades down and hug those arms in tight so you'll already feel the work through the back as you hug under the armpits and close the arms in. Pressing your pubic bone down, you're going to inhale and lengthen your spine, lifting. Exhale, lowering. Breathe in, stretch and lift. Exhale, lengthen back down. Breathe in, lift. Can you reach your head away from your toes and down? Keep going. You're hugging the arms in close. Keeping the low abs nice and pulled in. Now stay lifted. Bend at the elbows. Bring your hands under your shoulders and stretch back down. See if you can pull the elbows a little more to the floor. And this time, baby swan, we'll inhale as we lift. Keep pressing the elbows to the floor. Opening up through the collarbone, pulling the chest through the arms, coming back down. Breathe in as you lift, and out as you stretch back down. Lift, stay there, and if you can, press your hands through the mat, keep those shoulders down, pull your abs in, and lift all the way up. So keep the abs pulled in, keep the shoulders down. You'll feel a nice stretch through your abdominals. Bend the elbows, lower back down. Press into your hands and push back to your rest position. Take a few deep breaths in, and in this rest position, we're rounded. We're pulling the abs in, and then restack back up. Going to the other side for side lift and a little legs. Set up on this side. So lay down. Make sure you have that space under your waist. And both legs are equally as long. Find right where that hip crest is and rock from the bottom hip forward and back just a little bit. You don't have to go too far. To feel where you're balanced and right in the middle. Once you're there, hand comes down, hug the inner thighs, lift, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, stretch back down. Keep going. So this is happening from the waist, from your core, through those obliques. That's where you're lifting from and stretching out of. Hug inner thighs. And we'll lower down. Bend the bottom leg, bring the knee right up in line with your hip. Stretching out of the top leg, find space under your waist. Bend the knee, toes face down so the leg is rotated in. Then we'll lift on this side. Exhaling up and down. Try to relax, wiggle your toes. Feel the waistline is still long. we'll add on. So you're lifting up to hip level. Start to pivot the leg forward. Keep that space under your waist. Lift, lower, pull it back. So we go forward, up, down, back. When the leg comes forward, sits bone stays wide as you lift. Low back is going to want to tuck and round. We're trying to keep that neutral pelvis as we lift, lower, and do one more. Press your hand into your mat. Come on up. So you're seated. You could be Indian style here. Bring your hand to the mat, stretch over, try to keep lifting out of the waist. You can bend your elbow towards your body. Keep lifting your chest up. And breathe. Take a few deep breaths into this left side. You're filling up the lungs, making space in the rib cage, feeling the stretch through the back side. Pull back to the middle. Reach over to the other side, same thing. So we're breathing into this lung, filling it all up, feeling the chest lifting, and pull back to the center. Making our way back to all fours position. And we'll bring the hands down. Find your neutral spine. So chest is pulling through the arms. We're pressing the mat away. We're plugged in under those armpits. Abs are pulled in. Try to stabilize like we did in our single leg lifts earlier. And reach your right leg back. Toes will be on the mat. Bend back underneath. Keep going on just this side. So we're reaching out, we're bending the knee back underneath you. You're trying to stabilize as you reach the leg away from you. And as you let the leg pivot back under, you'll feel the back of the leg stretching. Go to the other side. So we're lengthening out and we're pulling the knee back under the hip. Trying to stabilize. You are working the leg, the right leg, feeling some stability. That leg is strong to keep you balanced. You're feeling the inner thigh work. Okay, this time, full front support. Bring the left leg back, bring the right leg back. So you're in your front support. The abs are pulled in, and you're reaching through the heels, reaching through the crown of your head. Breathe. If you want a little bit of challenge, try to keep this head to heel connection. Abs strong. Just shift your weight a little bit forward and reach through the heels back. Trying to keep the same back position. The abs are in. Bend one knee underneath you, then the other. Roll up through your spine. Seated. Come forward on your mat again, and we're going to roll in our open leg rocker. So the legs come up, shin is parallel to the floor. You're pushing your thighs into your hands. So it's super important to help with this exercise. Push the legs forward and away from you. Lengthen up through your spine. Tip from your pelvis to roll back. When you roll up, lengthen up through your back. So tip back, abs strong, lengthen out of the back. Keep pressing the legs into your hands. And we're inhaling back, exhaling up. You can try this with straight legs. So you're reaching through the whole back side of your body, tip at the pelvis, keep reaching through the hamstrings. Lifting out of the back side. Last one, everybody. Stay at the top, close your legs, and bend your knees. Sitting Indian style. We'll roll the shoulders down and around. Bring your right hand to the mat, and actually both hands. Stretch out of your neck. Let the shoulders drop down. Take a few deep breaths in. Roll around to the other side. Stretch out of your neck on this side. Drop your chin to your chest, so you're looking down, stretching out through the back. And take a couple shoulder rolls. Thank you so much for joining me in my mat class today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope to see everyone soon. So have a great day.